Okay, thanks to all our race fans, horsemen, and bettors for joining us on a Wednesday afternoon here at Delaware Park. We'll get to all that. We'll recap all the races. I'm going to tell you about my best bet and price play for Thursday. But first, this past weekend, we lost a titan of the industry. The Hall of Fame trainer D. Wayne Lucas passed away at his home this past weekend at the age of 89. D. Wayne Lucas, he won the Delaware Handicap here in 1994 with a wink. He was stabled here a couple times recently, like within the last 15 years. What a career he had. He won almost 5,000 races. His horses earned over $300 million in earnings. He was still going strong this year at 89. Lucas had 16 wins this year, over $2 million in earnings this year. Of course, he's best known for his 15 Triple Crown wins. He had 7 Preakness wins, 4 Kentucky Derby wins, and 4 Belmont Stakes wins. I was there for a lot of those Preakness wins. I was there in the infield, 1994 for Tabasco Cat. I was there, 95 for Timber Country. I was there in 99 for Charismatic, and then recently, Lucas won the Preakness with Seize the Gray in 2024. He won the Preakness with Oxbow in 2013. What a career he had. In 1995, he won every leg of the Triple Crown. He won the Derby with Thunder Gulch, the Preakness with Timber Country, the Belmont Stakes with Thunder Gulch. He won the Outstanding Trainer Award and won the Eclipse in 1985, 86, 87, and 1994. He campaigned 3 Horses of the Year, Lady Secret in 86, Criminal Type in 1990, Charismatic in 99. He won 20 Breeders' Cup races, probably one of the greatest trainers of all time, D. Wayne Lucas. We lost him this past weekend at the age of 89. Our thoughts and prayers to all his family and friends, and he has a lot of family and friends. So what a career he had. We'll have lots of good memories of D. Wayne Lucas. Okay, let's recap the action Wednesday afternoon here at Delaware Park. The main track was muddy. We were off the turf. Race 1 would kick off the popular early pick 5. They bet over 56,000 Wednesday into the early pick 5. Race 1 was a maiden claiming 25,000 for 2-year-old fillies going 5 furlongs on the main track, scratch to 3. Bunch of first-time starters here in race 1. Let's go to the voice of Delaware Park, Josh Brown, with the call of race 1.
Away and running. Slow to go was the Rizzler's Girl. Good speed for What Are We Doing and Jay Candy. Those 2-year-old fillies break 1-2. Thirst for Hope is already a distant third, though Rizzler's Girl passes 1 under heavy drive, and I Need a Glass of Wine is last of all. 3.5 furlongs to go. Jay Candy leads, but What Are We Doing takes the fight to her, and these two are only separated by a long neck at best with 3 furlongs to go. Acres of space back to Thirst for Hope, then the Rizzler's Girl. And a Glass of Wine is starting to hit her best stride while ground saving. The quarter pole just passed, and Jay Candy still has a battle on her hands, and What Are We Doing gonna test her the length of the stretch. I Need a Glass of Wine is trying to close in against that muddy rail as they turn for home. What Are We Doing? Jay Candy still inseparable inside the furlong grounds. Thirst for Hope is getting closer in a great big way, but time is ticking away. Jay Candy is still leading, holding off What Are We Doing? Jay Candy has won it. Over What Are We Doing? Thirst for Hope and I Need a Glass of Wine.
Jay Candy went off 9-1, the longest shot in the field. She went right to the front. The 2-year-old filly by Bala Bali, a first-time starter for owner and trainer Jose Ramirez. Jose gets his first win of the meet and also the first win of the meet for jockey Paul Luna Obregon. Jay Candy pays $21 to break her maiden on debut in race 1. Let's take a look here at race 2. We'd kick off the early pick 4 in race 2. They bet almost 30,000 into the early pick 4. We're going 6 furlongs, wide open, claiming 62.50 for filly mares straying up. Let's see the action here from race 2.
Away and running. Good middle speed from Fancy Princess today, but explosive Exchange is the first one to go as they exit the chute, and Tam Char is right there too. Fancy Princess yields to the two grays up top, and True Sunshine came away in fourth, and the one who's last of all is Forest Acclamation, 4.5 furlongs to go, and Tam Char, searching for lifetime win number 10, is under a stout restraint, while Explosive Change gets a loose niggle to stay with the speed in second. True Sunshine on the far outside is a menacing third, and Fancy Princess is right there too. There's four across the track, and Force Acclamation still spins them in. Here's the 5/16 pole, and True Sunshine comes calling for the lead. Explosive Exchange is in for the fight. Tam Char needs to do a little bit better. Fancy Princess is out deep and outrunning those odds as they turn to the top of the stretch. True Sunshine splashes that way to the top. Fancy Princess is only one length down inside the final furlong, where True Sunshine is drifting out. Fancy Princess hampered just a bit. Inside the final 16th of a mile, True Sunshine is all over the place at 5-2. Erratic stretch run. True Sunshine wins. Fancy Princess second. Explosive Exchange third. Force Acclamation fourth. The favorite, Tam Char, was last.
The Pedro Nazario barns off to a good start. They get their fifth win of the meet as True Sunshine wins at 5-2 and pays $7.40 in race 2. Nice winning ride there by jockey Alexander Crispin. That's the seventh lifetime win for the 4-year-old filly True Sunshine. She's now close to $200,000 in career earnings. Let's take a look here at race 3. We're off the turf, going a mile 70 yards on the main track. 16,000 starter allowance for filly and mares here in race 3. We would kick off the late pick 5 in this race. They bet over 30,000 into the late pick 5 on Wednesday. Let's see the action here from race 3.
Away and running. Nice start. Can Do was the first one to ping. Whirlwind, searching for 3 in a row, is right there too. Heaven's Promise and Tekka try to get closer, and Gee for the Win is in front of 2. Mischiefness is second last, and the early trainer is Lino and Me. Around the first turn they go. Can Do with an unopposed lead and calls the shots by 2. On the outside, Tekka has company with Whirlwind, who's scraping the paint, and Heaven's Promise is 3 deep for the backstretch run. Gee for the Win is ground saving. Deep on the outside is Mischiefness, and nothing yet from Lino and Me. They go down to the 5.5, and Can Do controls the clock and is already a muddy mess and shows the way by 2, but Whirlwind is on the prowl in second, and Tekka has no excuses while on hold in third. Heaven's Promise is continuing to get a wee bit closer, but caught very wide, and Gee for the Win chases this quartet past the 4. Mischiefness is still in front of 1, and Lino Me whips him in. 3.5 furlongs to go. Can Do gets a reminder to keep on going, but coming back to the face of the field, Whirlwind is right there, inching ever so closer in second. Heaven's Promise is off the fence. Tekka rides that rail to no avail, and Gee for the Win is deep on the track. It's a well stretched out field as that quarter pole passes, and Can Do still calls the shots at the top of the stretch. Whirlwind is 3 lengths down and trying to bridge that gap, but Can Do has given this field the slip and leads by 5. Whirlwind has no response. Tekka's closing in. Deep on the track is Gee for the Win. Up the inside, Lino and Me battles Heaven's Promise, but it's over when the starter sprung the latch at 5-1. Can Do with a decisive win. Gee for the Win got up for second. Tekka was third. Lino and Me's in a photo for fourth.
Can Do's homebred for Bell Gable Stable, and trainer Gary Contessa, a 3-year-old filly by Mosler, gets her third lifetime win. Nice winning ride there. Raul Mena on Can Do. She goes off 5-1 and pays $12.40 in race 3. Race 4 would kick off the late pick 4. They bet over 46,000 into the late pick 4 on Wednesday. 5.5 furlongs here in the 4th, claiming 7,500 for filly and mares. Let's see the action here from race 4.
Away and running. Good rail speed from Maddie 10 today. Lady Lancer is also right there close in tow, and Harmonizing strikes the front, and Storm and Ice has now added fuel to the fire. So now as they settle down, Harmonizing comes away from the crowd with a neck lead. Storm and Heist tracking second, and Maddie 10's a ground saving third, and Step Lightly came away in fourth. Lady Lancer broke on top. Second last is Lucky Opportunity, and Just the Thing is last of all with 3 furlongs to go. Harmonizing struts her stuff to a half-length lead, but Storm and Heist takes the fight to her, and Maddie 10 reluctant to load is under some pent-up power, and now goes 3 wide under the whip. Those 3 past the quarter pole as a team, and Harmonizing's the first one to kick for home, but Maddie 10 has all this sweet momentum on the far outside, and Maddie 10 splashes her way to the top. Harmonizing has no more to give. Storm and Heist just to this one pace, and Lady Lancer probes up the inside, but it's over. Maddie 10 just pulling away at 7-5. Maddie 10 has won it over Storm and Heist. Harmonizing, and at 70-1, Lady Lancer was fourth.
Maddie 10 ships up from Laurel for trainer Linda Albert. Good trainer down there in Maryland. Maddie 10 wins at 7-5 with veteran rider Horacio Caramanos, one of the top riders in Maryland. Good to see Caramanos and Linda Albert win a race with Maddie 10, 4-year-old daughter of Matoli, now with 3 lifetime wins, about $100,000 in career earnings. She paid $4.80 to win race 4. Race 5 would kick off the final pick 3 of the day. We're off the turf, a mile and a 16th on the main track, 25,000 starter allowance for 3-year-olds and upward here in race 5. Let's see the action here from the 5th.
Away and running. Great Artist missed the break by a length. Latin Rebel was the first one to go, but Pops Harbor is sent hard, and these 2 guys fly in front of the stands. Warrior Wayne with a good trip today at the 7.5, and Shellback came away in fourth. Up the inside is Arctic Outbreak, and Great Artist was the one who was slow to go. Around this Paddock Grove turn they go. Pops Harbor wanted the lead and got it, but had to work hard to get it too, and leads by a length and a half. Latin Rebel is now on hold in that second place position, and Warrior Rain is wide for the back of the track run. Arctic Outbreak saves a lot of ground with 5.5 furlongs to go. Shellback has 1 beaten, and Great Artist still lopes along at the back of the pack with 5 furlongs to go. Pops Harbor shows them the way, but that lead has dwindled to 3/4 of a length at best. Latin Rebel is right there upping the ante in second, and Warrior Rain at 9-5 looms a threat on the far outside. Arctic Outbreak outrunning those odds in that 4th place position. Second to last is Shellback, who backed up fast, and Great Artist gets ready to pass that rival as they get ready to turn again. Pops Harbor lead just evaporated, and there goes the speed of Warrior Wayne on the far outside, and Latin Rebel's going to try to test this rival every step of the way. Arctic Outbreak claims third. Pops Harbor went too fast too early, and there's 3 principals at the top of the stretch. Warrior Wayne inside Latin Rebel. Arctic Outbreak continue this long steady grind on the far outside. 3 across the course, the furlong pole looms, and Arctic Outbreak now surges to the lead off of a sizzling pace today. Warrior Wayne no better than second, and Latin Rebel, and battling is Pops Harbor for 4th, but it's all Arctic Outbreak. A nice looking win. Warrior Wayne was second, Latin Rebel was third, and Pops Harbor was a stagnant 4th.
Arctic Outbreak goes off 5-2 and wins for owner Matthew Scherer and trainer Chucky Lawrence. Second win of the meet for the Lawrence barn. Nice winning ride there. Jorge Riaz. Arctic Outbreak now a 2-time winner. 3-year-old colt by Union Rags paid $7 to win race 5. If you hit the early pick 5 on Wednesday, it paid well, $2,999.15 for the early pick 5 winners on Wednesday. Race 6 would kick off the final daily double of the day, a mile 70 yards on the main track, 25,000 starter allowance here for 3-year-olds and upward. Let's see the action here from race 6.
Away and running. Good speed in the center for Armed and Dangerous and Magic Mover. They break 1-2. And Game Time Gladiator a little wide around the first turn. Ramil is pulling hard. And Where's My Chew a bit fractious before the starter said go. And Modica's caught 6 paths deep. Around the 7 furlong pole they go, and Magic Mover is at the head of the 6th race class and shows the way by 1. Ramil is under some good power in that 2nd place position, and Armed and Dangerous rides that rail to 3rd. 3 of them across the track for that 4th place check. In between rivals, Claim Time Gladiator, Where's My Chew second last, and Modica is going to be caught wide every step of the way. They pass the 5 furlong pole, and Magic Mover gets a first challenge, and that comes from Ramil past the 4.5, and they've kicked away by 3. Game Time Gladiator joined 3rd. Armed and Dangerous gets a little bit of a loose rein to stay with the speed, as Game Time Gladiator got a pop of the crop. Where's My Chew stays at that rail and starts to advance into a joint 3rd, and still nothing from Modica as they turn again. So on top of the field, Magic Mover trying to slip away by 1, but they quickly descend. Ramil backed up fast. Armed and Dangerous is coming alive, so is Where's My Chew, and Game Time Gladiator's very wide at the top of the stretch. Magic Mover has its back up against the ropes, and Armed and Dangerous is taking dead aim in the center of the track, and now Armed and Dangerous with those sweet long strides kicks away, and this one is long gone. Magic Mover has no more to give. Where's My Chew battles, and Game Time Gladiator closes into the top 3, but Armed and Dangerous is nicely clear. Armed and Dangerous has won it. Magic Mover 2nd, Game Time Gladiator, and the jockey stood right up before the finish when 3rd, and Where's My Chew was 4th.
Good looking win from the 3-year-old son of a gun runner, Armed and Dangerous, now a 2-time winner for Panda Stable and trainer Ricky Silliman. Nice winning ride there from the veteran journeyman Danny Centeno. Armed and Dangerous pays $8.80 to win race 6. That's his 2nd lifetime victory. Race 7 would be the finale on Wednesday. We're going 5/8 on the main track, 12,000 starter allowance for filly mares 3 and up. Let's see what happens in the Wednesday finale.
Away and running. Nice level start. Lady Zeta up the inside was the first one to break the line, but as 3 of them chasing her early, Matitude, Golden Can, and Pinos' Little Girl is caught 4 wide for the far turn run, and Tapwit Warrior already gets shoved upon to stay with the speed. They race down to the 3.5, and it's Lady Zeta who shows the way, and it's only half length at best. Matitude right there raising the stakes in 2nd, and Pinos' Little Girl is right there saddling up to the both of them. A stagnant 4th is Golden Can, and Tapwit Warrior is never near at the top of the stretch. Pinos' Little Girl has that momentum on the far outside and sweeps to the lead of the 3/16 pole. Lady Zeta trying to re-rally up the inside while Pinos' Little Girl drifts in, but still is as straight as a strap now. Matitude balances out with Lady Zeta for the balance, but Pinos' Little Girl is nicely clear in the lucky last. Pinos' Little Girl has won it, a length and a half. Lady Zeta was 2nd, Matitude 3rd, Tapwit Warrior was 4th.
Pinos' Little Girl, the 4-year-old filly by Jimmy Creed, gets her 6th lifetime win, now close to $250,000 in career earnings. Nice job by owner-trainer Joanne Schenkel and Maryland jockey Ty Liapustina. They team up there with Pinos' Little Girl, who pays $3 to win race 7. The late pick 5 paid $437. So that's all the action from Wednesday at Delaware Park. Let's get a quick break. When I come back, I'm going to tell you about my best bet and price play for Thursday at Delaware Park. Okay, here's my best bet and price play for Thursday, July 3rd at Delaware Park. My best bet's going to come in race 7, allowance feature of the day for filly mares 3 and up, going a mile 70 yards on the main track. And I like the 6 in there. She's a Rolling Stone, 4-1 morning line. That'd be a great price if we can get that on this 7-year-old mare by Bourbon Courage. She's a 6-time winner. She's made over $250,000 in earnings. Albio Ramos rides for trainer Bruce Kravitz. So they're both having a good meet. And this 7-year-old mare had a real big win last out late May here at Delaware, going a mile in a 12,500 claimer. She won big that day by 3.5, 67 Beyer speed figure. Well spotted, first off the claim for Kravitz, who's having a nice meet. So I like the 6. She's a Rolling Stone at 4-1 in race 7 as my best bet on Thursday. My price play will come in race 1 to kick off the early pick 5. It's a maiden claiming $25,000 for 2-year-olds, 5 furlongs on the main track. And I like the 5, Magic Mikey, a first-time starter for owner, breeder Barry Lamb and trainer Christopher Seal. The Seal barn's off to a good start. They've already had a couple winners, including a first-time starter. Jose Batista rides this colt by Mendelssohn. The horse has been working well here at Delaware Park. 3 consecutive gate works. I like that. Good post position for the debut. So I'll take a shot here with the 5, Magic Mikey, at 8-1 in race 1 Thursday. That's my price play of the day. Thanks again to all our horsemen, trainers, and fans for supporting us on Wednesday. The handle was decent for a 7-race card. We were a little over 1.6 million in handle. Thanks again to everybody. We hope to see you out here Thursday. Hopefully we'll have some nice weather, maybe turf. We'll see what happens. Hopefully we have enough sun to dry that turf course out. Thanks again. Have a great night, and we hope to see you here at Delaware Park on Thursday.
There's only one.